And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Lions of Paris taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He gets it to Addison. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And this is an offense that's #1 in the NFL in rushing, and you know that has to be the focus of any game plan defensively. But they can throw it too, as evidence right there. And they move the chains here on this opening drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Handoff right side to Nwangu. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second and 15. This goes out wide from Madison. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. You talk about this Lions defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Now a give running left is Nwangu, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Another run now for Nwangu. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Back to throw here. This is Alexander Madison out of the backfield with it. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Vikings very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Prescott. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. So here now is Prescott as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion. It's caught. And it's 8-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go-around. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll get this to the long group. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll set up to throw. This is caught by Addison. And he is out of... Inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards. First down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. The Vikings at 7-5 now in the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Straight ahead, here's Narangu. And he will have the Vikings first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. Touchdown! T.J. Hawkinson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have come back to make it a 2-point game. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's up and good. So maybe a bit early here to try to match the 2. They're content to trail by 1 at 8-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9. A give, right side for Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10. Now Prescott. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run with Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's a 2nd and 7. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
They're going to try and throw. That is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. And off to Gibbs, headed right here. We'll take it inside the 25. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll go again with Gibbs. And a short gain here, down to the 22. They had a great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. To throw is Prescott. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Here's Prescott. He's airing it out for Williams. And this throw will be intercepted. Andrew Booth puts it in. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Eluding the pressure right. He lets one go deep for Addison. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Gibbs straight ahead. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Gibbs will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. Extra point try now for Patterson. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout.
I'm late.
Just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Hand off now to Gibbs. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Now Prescott on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the give, here's Gibbs. Down to the 42, 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Wow.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety? coming up and making the big-time play.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Prescott. He had a man open, but he missed him, but it's incomplete. And the other day they told us when we got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
4th down, Prescott. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Jefferson going to go in motion right. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Completes this to Addison out left. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 33 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And boy, it was pretty.
Complete at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Now break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Play action now. Prescott. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And touchdown. Jamison Williams with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Lions have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Here's a 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Aiden Hutchinson, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
The pass rush pressure is really starting to increase on the quarterback now. They bring him down for a sack and a big loss, and back him up further as he tries to lead a scoring drive in a 1-possession game here late.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Williams to return. And always sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. An excellent return that time. 26 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
The Lions on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Lions. And even 50 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
And Gibbs has it.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it with Gibbs. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. That's it. Brings up 4th and goal. Loss of 7. Big play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Patterson's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Here's 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devin White, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now a give running right. Nwangu.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
How about this? He's to the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest holds for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Vikings use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Let me go in for 6. Now Dak. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. No one's scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's the downside of taking these big shots because they're definitely lower percentage plays. And now you look up and it's 4th down. So not only do you have to worry about getting big yardage, you also need to just keep the game alive.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And that's caught by Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. This is 1st and 10. First play's a run with Nwangu. And not a whole lot there, maybe 3 yards on 1st down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Here comes 2nd down. They'll go right back to Nwangu. Oh, an excellent tackle there as they keep him in bounds and hold him to no gain. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Addison, and he will make his way out of bounds. That stops the clock, but they'll have something else to consider now. It's 4th down here.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And caught up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side,